I know it's more convenient than the original handle. Then, can you just describe more in detail which one? I mean, which part is most convenient than original one compared with between? Yeah.
So I actually did have the chance to drive the car without the adaptation, at least for 2 months. And during that time, in comparison from that time to when after I got the adaptation, I realized that the biggest thing is actually, I thought with even with just one hand you can turn the handles pretty easily, but I realized that maybe like left and right turns it wasn't as easy. But as I mentioned, when it's like curves after curves, it really was kind of difficult for me to maneuver just with one hand without the adaptation. Having the adaptation really helped in the maneuvering of the car, because without it I wouldn't be able to turn the handles as easily, as quickly. So I guess in terms of safety and in terms of easy maneuvering, that made a really big difference. And if you think about the mechanism of the normal car, the turn signals are actually with the left bar, and which means, and since my disability was with left hand in particular, I cannot really reach it as easily. So that always meant that when I didn't have the adaptation, I was trying to change lanes and trying to give the signals. That was always difficult. I believe it's easy to do it like one time like that, but since I don't have as much control while even especially when I'm turning the handle, I would press the bar too hard and it would like go too far or something like that. So having the adaptation with the turn signals as available to be buttons was really big difference. I think that's those two are really the big things, because the windshield wipers, I can just do it right here because I have the access with my fingers. So that actually didn't make a huge difference. And I think also the horn, I can just push it right away. So the other buttons are definitely a little bit replaceable / not as necessary, but they're also pretty good to be there, because I think everything is prioritized to be these buttons because they were the most important things to be safe driver. So yeah, I understand why they put the fog light and the high beam to be one of the buttons as well. But yeah, I don't use them as often in the end.
Do you think this handle is convenient enough, or do you wish to be these figures to be changed, be more comfortable?
For me, I think it's actually perfect, because one of the things I didn't actually expect the adaptation to do, that I was very happy with, is the fact that if you look at it, it can turn just by itself. So when I'm turning, actually the knob turns itself as well. So it's really extra helps. Less strength is needed for me to turn the handle as far as I want to. So that was really additionally nice feature, because that when it rolls like that, it returns to its original state right away after I turn the handle back. So that feature, and the size, for me, I have a pretty big hand, so at least for me it was pretty good size as well. So yeah, I don't think I would change it, to be honest.
And do you think this position is appropriate? I mean, do you think it would be better to be bottom, or is better to be here?
I think maybe the buttons can be bottom here, but I would say I think this is the most ideal way, to be honest, because I guess sometimes I would like to drive down here, having my hand down here, so maybe the buttons being here would help, but it all being focused in here makes me be more easily focused of, this is where I need to go, my hand needs to go to, instead of, when I'm doing this, my hands need to be here. When I'm doing something else, my hands need to be somewhere else. I think that might confuse me in terms of emergency, or when I need to be really quick about what I'm doing. So having it all focused here was a good decision by the company and the way adaptation was made. But yeah, I think maybe convenience wise, maybe the buttons being lower may be good, but I think that's a more personal preference then. But I think it's good to be there too. Yeah.